What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Stu Sumter back again with another video. Hope everybody's having a great day, a blessed day. It's beautiful outside, but it's hot outside. That's why your boy got on the tank. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, sitting here, your boy is sweating. It ain't cute, it ain't sexy, but your boy's sweating. I need a haircut too, man. Your boy looking rough. It ain't cute. But you know what? Forget all that. As you see by the title, we are talking about, the awards for the NBA players, the coaches, the teams, my thoughts on it. And not to mention, we got some news that is going to impact possibly, some series in the NBA playoffs. I'm not going to talk too much about the playoffs. I'll do a separate video on this series of both conferences, but this is more so a video, just talking about what my opinions are on, the awards given to players and coaches and the All-NBA teams. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button and the notification bell along with it so you stay in tune with your boys' videos. If you're ready, then I'm ready. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first award, we got to talk about the MVP, Nikola Jokic, who plays for the Denver Nuggets. He beat out Steph Curry and Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid does not have an MVP. Steph Curry already has 2 MVPs. And this is Joker's first. Joker ended up leading the Nuggets to a semifinal appearance against the Phoenix Suns, and they just got swept. I think that my personal pick was Joel Embiid. I think the way that he dominated the regular season was just phenomenal. Back down the post, he could do it all. He could do no wrong. But I think the reason why Jokic had won the MVP was he lost his running mate Jamal Murray to an ACL in the middle of the season. And the way that he just, had them to a 3 seed, a well-oiled machine, they just, they clicked on cylinders. Now they got knocked out. They did get knocked out, but Joker just, he did it all for them. Pass, shoot, assist, dribble, making plays. He was doing it all. I think Joel didn't get the MVP because he missed a lot of games with injuries. And in my opinion, Curry, without Klay Thompson, the Warriors were definitely depleted, but they made their way to the play-in tournament. But I think Curry kind of sparked some late, interest within the league, and, he was on a tear. He had like 30 plus points in like 10 straight games and a couple 40 and 50 point games. But I think it was, too close to late this season to where, it wasn't the full season. But I think Jokic definitely deserved this award. And, I think Jokic, he was a good choice. Like I said, my pick was Joel Embiid, but I'm not mad at Joker at all. Shout out to him. They got swept. But MVP is MVP. You know what I'm saying? Next award, we had the 6th Man of the Year, who was won by Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz, along with Joe Ingles, his teammate on the Utah Jazz, and Derrick Rose of the New York Knicks, who lost in the first round against the Atlanta Hawks. And currently, Joe Ingles and Jordan Clarkson are currently playing the LA Clippers. And I think Clarkson, he, from starting to LA, going to Cleveland, now in Utah where he fits, he's a scorer. He's not a passer. His job is to come off the bench and put up buckets. And I think that that's what he does well. He can average 20 in his sleep if he wants to. He is in the flow of offense with the team. And him, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley is hurt. But I think that 3-headed monster, in a sense, when it comes to offensively, they could do no wrong. So I believe that, Joe Ingles, he was a starter, but then he moved to the bench as well. But him coming off the bench, he's that tough, gritty kind of guy. He can shoot threes, he can knock down threes, he can play make as well. And, I'm not mad at this pick at all. I'm not mad at the selection at all. He deserved it. Derrick Rose, D-Rose, man, New York had a great season. They didn't, expectations were bigger than what they were, but they, in my opinion, they did way better than what we were all expecting. I wasn't expecting them to, shout out to the A. I was expecting them to lose in the first round, but not as bad as they did. 4-1 to the Hawks. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, but I think that they have momentum to build off of this season and move on to the next season because they got some players. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett's going to be in his 3rd year, Coach of the Year. Tom Thibodeau, we're going to get to that. Emmanuel quickly. They got some pieces, and not to mention if any key free agents want to come to New York, play with these boys, hey, we can see the Knicks being a contender in the future. But yeah, man, shout out to Jordan Clarkson for winning the NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Next award is the Most Improved Player, won by, talking about the Knicks, Julius Randle. Now, Julius Randle averaged at least 23, 24 points a game. He was hooping. Some analysts said that he should be in an MVP season because of how terrible the Knicks were last year. Getting to a 4 seed this year, you know, the buzz in New York was dope. They ain't had a winning playoff game in a very, very long time. Even though they did lose, you can feel the excitement in watching the games, you know, on TV. You can see the excitement in the fans. They went crazy off of just one win. Imagine if they won the series. New York would have got shut down. So, but he beat out Michael Porter Jr. and Jeremy Grant. Michael Porter Jr. is one of my favorite players in the league. I've been watching him since high school. I've said this in multiple videos. He plays for the Nuggets. Jeremy Grant, who was on the Nuggets last year, who went to the Pistons. You know, money, you know, players want that bread, you know what I'm saying? You gotta protect yourself, gotta protect the family. But, you know, they had stellar seasons as well. Detroit didn't make the playoffs. Michael Porter Jr., they ended up losing as well to the Suns. But I think all three of these players have bright futures. I definitely think Michael Porter Jr. has a bright future. I just think he's not gonna be in Denver for a very long time, but that's just your boy. And yeah, but I definitely believe Julius Randle deserved this award. He led, you know, he was the number one option for this team. He led them to the 4th seed in the NBA playoffs. And like I said before, they have, you know, a culture that's established. You know, it's looking really promising for the future. So shout out to Julius Randle for winning that award. Coach of the Year. Now, Tom Thibodeau won from New York Knicks, but he was also alongside Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns and Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz. Now, my pick would have been Monty Williams. And I say this for the fact that the Suns in years past have not been good. Now, last year in the bubble, they weren't able to advance in the bubble, the Suns, but they won every single game possible. So they did their job. They couldn't do anything better than that. But I think the way with the addition of Monty Williams, Jay Crowder, and CP3, I can't even believe I said Jay Crowder, but the way this team is a well-oiled machine. They just swept the Nuggets. They swept the MVP. Yes, Jamal Murray wasn't playing, but they swept the MVP. They're going to the Western Conference Finals against the Jazz or the Clippers. That series is going to be crazy. But I think they gave it to Tom Thibodeau because the Knicks was just boo-boo. Like, I know the Suns were boo-boo in the years past too, but the Knicks, man, they probably felt bad for the Knicks, if we be honest, because New York's a basketball town and everybody loves Madison Square Garden, the Big Apple, yada, yada, yada. No disrespect to the Knicks, but I think Tom Thibodeau is a good coach. He's had success in the past. You know, he's bounced around from the Bulls to working as an assistant for the Celtics, working with the Timberwolves. You know, he's definitely had some success in the league. And we saw the success with the Knicks this year, you know, 4th seed in the NBA playoffs. And, you know, like I've said, they have some room for improvement. I do believe Monty Williams, they're balling. If Monty Williams wins this year with the Suns NBA playoffs, you better watch out. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau for winning the NBA Coach of the Year. Can we talk about how the NBA Rookie of the Year has not been announced? LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, and Tyrese Halliburton all had great seasons. If we're being honest, LaMelo Ball is my pick. The boy balled. He had an injury, of course, I get it. And as we can see with Joel Embiid, the MVP, he didn't win because of injury, my just opinion. So I think Anthony Edwards is going to win the Rookie of the Year, but I believe that LaMelo Ball deserved it. Got his team to a play-in. They sucked, but they got blew out. But hey, rookie, that impact, that excitement, Lob City 2.0. Hey man, it remains to be seen who's gonna win. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's the rookies. That should have been first. The babies. Take care of them. But now, whoever's gonna win, I'm excited to see. I'm curious. But moving on to the All-NBA teams. For the All-NBA first team, we had Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, and Nikola Jokic. For the NBA second team, you had Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, Julius Randle, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. In the All-NBA third team, you have Bradley Beal, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and Rudy Gobert. For the All-Defensive first team, you had Ben Simmons, Drew Holiday, Draymond Green, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Rudy Gobert. For the second team, all defense, you had Jimmy Butler, Matisse Thybulle, Bam Adebayo, Kawhi Leonard, and Joel Embiid. I got one issue with this list. No, I got two issues with this list. Why is Donovan Mitchell and why is Devin Booker not on this list? You have these boys, the 1 and 2 seed. As much as I love the NBA, to me it feels like a popularity contest at times. Because let's be real, how many games has LeBron missed? And don't look at me crazy because I'm one of the biggest LeBron fans ever. You miss how many games? LeBron's the best player in the league, in my opinion. I don't care. But you miss how many games and you're still second team? Come on now, you telling me Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, they couldn't, Zach LaVine, they couldn't get, maybe not Zach LaVine, no disrespect, Bulls ain't doing nothing. But Mitchell and Booker? Jimmy Butler? What? And this is no disrespect to Jimmy, but why? And much as I love Kyrie, why is he on the team too? He's missed games. I get it. He's missed games for personal reasons, and I have nothing bad to say about that because, you know, Kyrie is an outspoken man, and I love what Kyrie has to say, whatever he says, because he speaks truth. But when you're missing games, what's the problem? I get it. Donovan Mitchell had an injury. I will say that, yes. But Booker, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with this picture? You can take out Jimmy and put in Devin Booker. They got swept. The Heat didn't do anything. Bye-bye. So I think that was my only concern. That's my only problem. First team, hands down. I probably would have put Dame Lillard over Curry. That's just me. Hey, it is what it is. Because Dame is Dame. Dame time is ridiculous. And I think he needs more respect. But, hey, what do I know? I'm just a kid from Ohio. Yeah, man, I'm pretty solid. I'm pretty, accepting of these picks, of these all NBA teams and these awards. I definitely think that there could be some little tweaks, and I think it is a popularity contest sometimes. But yeah, man, NBA, we're in good hands. And not to mention the future. You got Ja Morant, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Zion, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards. You got some boys coming up, man. It's going to be a great league. Now, we have Kawhi Leonard, who's not making Game 5. And he could be out of the series. This is not good at all. I think if the Clippers want to win, they need Kawhi. Unless PG wants to drop 50 and do what KD did last night. But I think it's a wrap for the Clippers now if Kawhi can't play. And that sucks. And now also Chris Paul is in COVID protocol. Now they're chilling, they kind of want the Clippers and the Jazz to go as far as they can because with Chris Paul in COVID protocol, he can't play. And they've been chilling, since they swept the Nuggets. But that's huge. If Chris Paul can't play, the first couple of games or whatnot, it's gonna be tough. But I hope everything's okay with Chris Paul. I hope he doesn't have COVID. I hope the surroundings never have COVID. I hope nobody else on the Suns, organization have COVID. But yeah, man, Chris Paul and Kawhi Leonard, two of the biggest stars in our league, are out right now. And hopefully Kawhi's able to play with the knee, and hopefully Chris Paul's able to not miss any game action. And shout out to KD, triple-double, Bucks, y'all suck. Sorry, no, y'all don't suck. But y'all shouldn't have lost that game. That's just me. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the notification bell as well. It's your boy Stu.